How is it going today? Loyal to the Kingdom, my name is Dwayne.
My name's Jazz.
We're Dwayne Jazz. There we got that 2.5 little merch. You guys can cop that in the link in the description below. And today we have for you my first school brawl. Yeah, by Young Don the Sauce God.
Well, you already talked about your school brawl experience.
Yeah. It wasn't at school, but it was outside of school. Anyway, before we start, make sure you follow us on all our social medias to get your requests heard, and don't forget to
subscribe.
Yo, you want to go see a fight? So I was like, yeah, what are we still doing here? So we hop in his whip and we head over to the venue.
Oh, animation's different.
Right.
He got a little halo now.
And behold, both of the groups that I tried to avoid were there. In fact, they were the ones who were fighting.
What?
Oh, God.
Uh-oh, showing himself.
Right.
Okay. Rated S for...
At the end of
I thought he was going sexy, right?
$3 $100 Amazon gift cards and 3 signed posters. Stay tuned. So this story takes place back in high school here in the good old US of A. It was my second year of living here in the States, and by this time I was fully Americanized.
I know, right?
Dress, I knew
this is a god, I guess.
I got my first girlfriend. I was on the varsity basketball team. I was here, okay? I made it. I also knew all the social cliques that made high school society what it was. I figured out where I fit in, which of course was with the basketball players. I also learned what groups to stay away from. 2 in particular stood out. The first group had clear red flags. The most obvious, of course, being the ones they wore in their belts. You know this group.
No.
Camel pants, trucker hats, parents probably didn't vote for Obama. You get the picture. That was the first group I learned to avoid.
Yeah.
The second was a little more subtle. These guys I could accidentally get myself in trouble with because they were black. You know what I'm saying? Like, they look like me, which is always deceiving. They're my people. But I assure you, I had very little in common with these brothers. They puffed organic leaf inhalers in the bathroom, sat your pants on the floor, wore grills to school. A lot of them were tatted as... These were the kind of black guys that made middle-aged white women nervous. Now, I avoided these dudes as well. Not because I was scared of them or anything like that. In fact, hood are hilarious, might be, but these fools were always in trouble. With teachers, the security, the cops, like, I'm Jamaican, my G. I'm here on a green card. Okay, I wasn't trying to get my ass deported by messing with these drug-ass cats. So, yeah, left that alone. Anyway, one day, my boy AJ comes to me after school and is like, yo, you want to go see a fight? So I was like, yeah, what are we still doing here? So we hop in his whip and we head over to the venue for the fade. We pull up and lo and behold, both of the groups that I tried to avoid were there. In fact, they were the ones who were fighting. Apparently the music changed. When the blacks had some friction. The white guy probably called the black guy a monkey. The black guy probably said something about the white guy kissing his sister. Whatever it was, things were said, and now a fade had to be ran. And a part of me was sad, man, because this scene showed me that toxic racial tension was still very much alive and well, even in the middle-class community that I lived in, even among the younger generation. On the other hand, a much larger part of me was very excited.
The music was animated.
How it was going to play out. I mean, fuck history class. I got that shit right here, dog. So I, as well as dozens of other students who heard about the fight, circled around the whites and the blacks as they prepared to run the fade. I, however, made sure not to stand too close, seeing that my skin color doubled as a team jersey. And I didn't want to get involved in this little race war. Although, to be honest, I wasn't too worried, seeing that my team was clearly the A side. I mean, let's be honest, right? There's a reason why blacks dominate most of the professional sports, but still, kept my distance. And then it happened. Somebody pulled the trigger to start off the brawl, and that trigger was a word.
Oh my god.
That rhymed with trigger. And just like that, the brawl started, and I gotta be honest with you, man, it wasn't looking too good for the whites. I mean, the blacks overwhelmed them offensively from the first quarter, putting the whites on the defensive pretty much for the entirety of the brawl. It was a
that's gonna be represented through basketball.
I mean, the whites were just not ready. They did not prepare for the sheer firepower that the blacks had brought to the table. This one dude in particular, let's call him Rivers, single-handedly dropped 5 Confederates in quick succession. It was like watching the main character of an anime take on like the level 1 henchmen. Like the ones that don't even have names. They're just the filler bad guys. It was vicious. Anyway, after about 5 minutes of this madness, somebody yelled those magic words.
Yo! Somebody called the cops.
And nothing gets a group of black guys' attention more than that. So the fade stops, but it was clear who won this round. AJ and I ran to the car because, as I said, I was wearing one of the team's jerseys. And we all know that the cops aren't exactly the biggest fans of this particular team. And then we left. We went home, and that was that. That was the first high school brawl I ever
I thought
went
that he was gonna say like one that he
Moral of the
was in.
story.
Right, he was in.
Racism is stupid. Fighting
It is.
solves nothing. And be careful of the people you associate yourself with, because trouble has a way of finding company among certain groups of people.
Among certain groups.
All right, so
I mean, hey.
I already told you our school for our
Yeah, I
first
was
brawl.
gonna say, y'all schools might be different from ours, because we had fights almost every day.
My school was so bad.
It's like we got so dull to fights, to the point where like I used to be excited, and then I just started walking past them.
Yeah, this is like,
Just another one.
I'm trying to learn. At first you was there eating popcorn, and now you just like, no, this is
I'll just be
stupid.
minding my business, and all of a sudden you just hear everybody, oh! And then
You know what? I
another
found
fight.
out that the girls fight a lot more than the guys do. That's what I found out.
That's a fact.
Yeah, the girls fight.
Girls, that's because girls fight. It's not like with a dude. Y'all fight over the smallest things. Y'all can fight over, I
Somebody
beat
shooting on you, shooting your, like spitting, not spitting, like stepping on your shoe.
Yeah, that. At least here in the
That's-
DMV.
that's
you
a
step
thing.
on their Jordans, you about to fight.
I remember one dude stepped on my Jordans and I just got him. I looked at him and I looked at my shoe to make sure there was no scuff on it. Then he didn't have one. I was like, all right. He said, he looked at me like,
It's an unspoken thing here. It's like you don't.
You know, like in
you
anime?
don't- Yeah.
He's like, he stepped on the shoe, so the shoe's like, shh. I looked at the shoe. He's like, oh. And I was like, and there was nothing wrong with the shoe. So I didn't turn super sad.
Yeah, because usually, like, when you step on somebody's shoe on accident, you better say, like, my bad or something like that, because they're gonna, yeah. But for girls, it's more emotional. It's more psychological. So, like, it's like girls could be talking about you for days, for weeks, for months, and then, like, that one day, you just clash.
Just have to fight.
And then their friends come in. Because they're not gonna let their girl just get into a fight, and especially if she's losing. If your friend is losing, that friend might jump in, and then that other person's friend might jump in. Now it's a big brawl. So it's different for girls.
Anyway, guys, please comment below.
Don't forget to like,
subscribe.
share.